You know how overwhelming it can be trying to keep up with all latest business trends and strategies? As someone running multiple businesses, I used to struggle constantly with finding time to read all the books people recommended. Then one day, while scrolling through LinkedIn, I saw someone mention Blinkist. Since then, I've consumed hundreds of book summaries and implemented countless strategies in my businesses. I am Daniel, and I've been a business owner for the past decade. On this channel, I'm sharing my insights with you. Today, I'm going to share all I know about Blinkist, the good, the bad, and everything in between. I'll break down the features, analyze the user experience, and help you decide if it's worth your investment. And guys, before we get started, just a quick reminder. Check the description for helpful links and discounts you won't want to miss. Let's dive in. What is Blinkist and how does it work? Alright folks, let's get into the meat of what Blinkist actually is. At its core, Blinkist is a book summary platform, but it's way more sophisticated than your old CliffsNotes. They take comprehensive non-fiction books and transform them into focused 15-minute summaries. But here's what makes it special. They don't just randomly cut content. They use a specific methodology developed by learning experts. Each book is broken down into what they call blinks, key concepts that form the backbone of the book's message. Think of it like having a really smart friend read the book and tell you exactly what you need to know. The process is fascinating, guys. They have a team of experts who read each book multiple times, identify the core concepts, and then craft these concepts into a coherent narrative that maintains the author's original message. Each summary is structured with an introduction that hooks you in, followed by the main concepts, and ends with actionable takeaways. They even include direct quotes from the original books to maintain authenticity. What really sets them apart is their content selection process. Hey, don't just summarize any book that comes their way, they carefully choose titles based on user demand, relevance, and potential impact. We're talking bestsellers from authors like Simon Sinek, Malcolm Gladwell, and Tim Ferriss, but also lesser-known gems that you might not discover otherwise. Key features. Now, my friends, this is where things get really interesting. Let me break down every single feature that makes Blinkist stand out. First up, their library is massive. We're talking over 5,000 titles across 27 different categories. But it's not just about quantity. They add around 40 new titles every month. And these aren't random picks. They are carefully selected based on current trends and user requests. The audio feature is a game changer, folks. Unlike other platforms that use AI-generated voices, Blinkist employs professional narrators. These people understand the content and deliver it with the right emphasis and engagement. The audio quality is studio-grade. I am talking crystal clear sound that makes listening a pleasure, even at 1.5x speed. Their collections feature is seriously underrated. Instead of just dumping all books into broad categories, they create thoughtfully curated lists. For example, they have collections like Startup Essentials, Leadership Communication, and Productivity Hacks. Each collection is carefully curated to give you a comprehensive understanding of the topic. The highlighting and note-taking system is robust. You can highlight text while reading, and all your highlights automatically sync across devices. But here's the cool part. You can export your highlights and notes as PDF or directly to Evernote. I use this feature constantly for creating business strategy documents and presentation materials. They've also got this feature called Daily Picks, where their team selects a book that's particularly relevant to current events or trending topics. It's like having a personal learning curator. And get this, they even provide audio versions of popular articles from leading publications like Harvard Business Review and Forbes. User experience. Let me paint you a picture, folks, of what it's like to use Blinkist day to day. The moment you open the app, you are greeted with a clean, minimalist interface. The home screen is personalized based on your reading history and interests. No overwhelming menus or confusing navigation. Everything is literally 2 taps away. The search functionality is incredibly sophisticated. You can search by book title, author, keyword, or even specific concepts. Want to find books about employee motivation? Just type it in, and you'll get not just books with that exact phrase, but also related concepts and themes. Guys, the reading experience itself is really cool. You can customize the font size, background color, and reading mode, day-night. The progress bar shows exactly how far you have got left, down to the minute. While reading, you can seamlessly switch between text and audio with a single tap. It even syncs your position perfectly. The offline mode is a lifesaver. You can download any summary for offline access, and it barely takes up any storage space. I've got about 100 books downloaded, and it's using less space than a single Netflix movie. Let's talk about the recommendation engine. The more you use Blinkist, the better it gets at suggesting relevant content. It considers not just the categories you read, but also the specific concepts within books you've enjoyed. I've discovered some amazing books I would have never found otherwise. The mobile app syncs perfectly with the web version. Start reading on your phone during your morning commute, continue on your laptop during lunch, and finish on your tablet in the evening. Your progress, highlights, and notes follow you seamlessly. Pros and cons. Guys, before we continue, I'm happy to share my insights with you, and all I ask in return is that you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Thanks! Alright my friends, let's get brutally honest about what works and what doesn't. On the positive side, the time-saving aspect is incredible. I've been able to absorb insights from hundreds of books in the time it would have taken to read maybe 10 full books. The quality of the summaries is consistently high. They manage to capture the essence of even complex books while keeping the language accessible. The audio quality, as I mentioned, is top-notch. The narrators are engaging without being over the top, and you can actually retain information while listening at higher speeds. The platform stability is impressive too. In 6 months, I've never experienced crashes or significant bugs. However, guys, there are some limitations you should know about. Sometimes, especially with more philosophical or complex books, the summaries can feel a bit superficial. You might miss out on the author's detailed arguments or the nuanced examples that make concepts clearer in the full book. The lack of fiction books might be a deal-breaker for some. While I understand their focus on non-fiction, sometimes business lessons can come from great novels too. The highlighting feature, while useful, could be more advanced. I would love to see different color options and better organization systems for notes. Some might argue that the platform encourages surface-level learning rather than deep understanding. And they've got a point. You won't become an expert on a topic just by reading summaries. Also, the social features are pretty limited. There's no way to share highlights or discuss books with other users, which feels like a missed opportunity. Pricing. Alright folks, let's break down the pricing structure for Blinkist. They keep it pretty straightforward with different tiers of membership. There's the premium plan, and you've got 2 ways to pay here. You can either go month to month or commit to an annual plan. And let me tell you guys, if you're planning to use Blinkist long-term, the annual plan offers significant savings compared to the monthly option. With Premium, you get unlimited access to all text and audio summaries, highlighting features, and offline access. For those wanting even more features, there's the Pro plan. Like the Premium, you can choose between monthly or annual billing. This tier includes everything in Pro, plus the exclusive Blinkist AI. When you break it down, the value proposition is pretty compelling. You're getting access to thousands of book summaries for less than what you'd spend on a handful of hardcover business books. For business owners and professionals looking to maximize their learning while minimizing costs, it's definitely worth considering. Is Blinkist worth it? Here is my honest take on whether Blinkist is worth your investment. The time savings alone justify the cost for me. Instead of spending hours reading full books, I can quickly identify which ones are worth purchasing for a deeper dive. It's like having a screening tool for your business reading list. However, it's important to understand what you're getting and what you're not. Blinkist isn't a replacement for deep reading. It's a complementary tool that helps you stay informed and identify which concepts deserve more of your attention. Think of it as a high-level overview that helps you make better decisions about where to invest your limited reading time. For entrepreneurs and business professionals, I would say it's a no-brainer. The amount of knowledge you can acquire and implement in a short time is remarkable. I've literally had meetings where I've referenced concepts from books I read that morning on Blinkist. However, if you're someone who loves to dive deep into topics and really analyze every aspect of an argument, you might find the summaries frustrating. It's also worth noting that some books, particularly those heavy on case studies or detailed research, lose significant value in summary form. And that's my complete no-holds-barred review of Blinkist, guys. If you've made it this far, you now know everything there is to know about this platform. Drop your questions in the comments below. I would love to hear about your experiences with Blinkist or answer any specific questions you might have. So don't forget to check those links in the description below. If you had a good time, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.